Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. I'm kind of whispering talking because the baby's napping right now, but today we are to discuss how much does a Disney wedding cost. This is what brings you here today. So let's get right into it. Right now in my hands, I printed out the paperwork from our wedding. We were so blessed to have my mom pay for our wedding. And so my mom has always taught me, don't talk about prices, don't talk about money because that's tacky. So I'm not going to explain the exact breakdown cost of everything, but I'm going to give you kind of an idea of how much a Disney wedding costs if you are interested. So let's get right into it. I printed out some information from the Disney Weddings site. And this is the Disney Fairy Tale Weddings and Honeymoons website. So you can go on this website yourself and research and find out this exact information that I'm reading off. And then once I read off this information, I will go to our exact wedding to give you an idea of the breakdown of things. Not an exact amount because that's tacky according to my mom. Once again, thank you to my mom for giving us our dream wedding. We are so grateful and thankful that she did this for us. It was a dream of ours as being lovers of Disney to be able to have a wedding there at Disney. So we were married at the Wedding Pavilion, and then we had our reception at the Grand Floridian courtyard area. So Florida wedding pricings from the Disney wedding site. So basically what you get for having a wedding at Disney is automatically you get a wedding planner. Something in itself that is super expensive. I've heard prices of up to $11,000 for if you're just hiring your own wedding planner, not specifically getting married at Disney. So in itself, a wedding planner is amazing. That's included in all Disney wedding packages. No matter how big, no matter how small, you get a wedding planner. Okay, so right now, I'm gonna read how it works. Wedding events are held to an event minimum expenditure. The event minimum is determined by the ceremony venue, the day of week, and the time of day. Okay, your ceremony venue fee and any of the following Disney wedding services elements can be used towards your event minimum. Okay, so ceremony venue fees cover the price of your ceremony venue, as well as standard ceremony seating, musicians, sound system with a technician, water station, and if outdoors, a rain backup location. This also includes your day of coordinator. Disney is flawless. And for instance, we got married at the Wedding Pavilion. With that, it comes with an organ pianist. It comes with music. That's something that's already included in this package. Okay, so an expert Disney wedding planning team, including a day of coordinator, is dedicated to your wedding and included in the price of your event. That in itself is amazing because if you're planning a wedding at a hotel or anywhere else non-Disney related, these are all extra costs, but this is included. So going on to food and beverage. To get an idea of the food and beverage, brunch is gonna be $140 per person. Lunch is $175 per person. Dinner is $210 per person. So we had brunch because we love Mickey waffles, we love crepes. Mickey waffles is something special that you can include in your brunch wedding. And with that, it's an additional 6.5% sales tax and 25% cost for labor. That's super detailed, but this is just giving you a roundabout idea of how much the brunch, lunch, and dinner go for. Okay, so now let's just hop right into locations and their event minimums. So the first location is gonna be in between $15,000 and $19,000. So to have your wedding at these locations, it's gonna be in between that amount. And your food and beverage is all included in these amounts. So you have to reach these amounts of $15,000 to $19,000. Okay, if I'm explaining it wrong or if you're confused, just drop a comment and let me know and I'll try to explain it better. Okay, so for in the price range of $15,000 to $19,000 locations, you can do the Casitas Courtyard, Crescent Cove, which I believe is on the Disney Boardwalk area, Croquette Lawn, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, Destino Plaza, which I know is at Coronado, and at the Grand Floridian, the Marina Patio and Terrace. Oak Manor is also included. I'm not familiar with that one, so if you're familiar with it, drop a comment and let me know where that is. Next is locations with $18,000 to $20,000 event minimums. Once again, you just have to reach that amount, included with floral, food, special things like Cinderella's carriage, Major Domo, just to reach that amount of 18 to 20,000. So if you want to get married in the China Pavilion, at Epcot, the Germany Courtyard, Italy, those are going to be event minimums of $18,000 to $20,000. Japan, Morocco, any of those places inside of Epcot are going to have that minimum. Okay, now jumping into locations with event minimums of $18,000 to $35,000. Included in this range is Disney's Wedding Pavilion, and I might be missing something here, but Disney's Wedding Pavilion is in this price range. Okay, and with the Wedding Pavilion, you get the view of Magic Kingdom Cinderella's castle, which is magnified through the window. So I'm going to specifically focus on Disney's Wedding Pavilion because that's where we were married, and that's what I know and what I can speak on. So it says here, our premier wedding venue is ensconced in a lush and tranquil garden setting. This private indoor venue offers views of the Cinderella castle and an aisle flanked by brilliant white pews. Thoughtful design details include 2 private vestibules for you to prepare and a climate-controlled solarium, easily welcoming up to 250 guests to accommodate any last-minute preparations. So when you get married at Disney's Wedding Pavilion, you have 2 vestibule areas, which are 2 beautiful rooms dedicated to the bride and dedicated to the groom, to fix yourself up, to relax before those few moments before you walk down the aisle, to collect yourself, take beautiful pictures. If you want a tour, before COVID, you were able just to go to the Wedding Pavilion and just walk in. I don't know if that's how it is now. I have to research that, but you can go see those areas. You can even go into those vestibules and see how it is. Okay, and then as far as event minimums going forward, I stopped there because then you get into the more pricey. If you want to get married at Magic Kingdom, if you want to get married at Tower of Terror, you know, Disney can make anything that you want happen, which is the best part. If you want a small scale wedding, which is you, your groom, your parents or whoever, you can do that. Disney can make anything happen because after all, they're magical and it's Disney, right? So just again, I give an idea. Once again, if you're interested in the Disney's Wedding Pavilion, that's gonna be between the $18,000 and $35,000 event minimum. So that includes your flowers, whatever you pick. Like I said, Cinderella's carriage. Now, to get into the special details, like I said, I don't want to give an exact amount because that is tacky, and anytime that you're planning a wedding, especially a Disney wedding, I had so many people ask me, how much does that cost? Oh my goodness, it's so expensive. Wow, you're getting married at the castle? It was interesting. But you know, once again, we were blessed to have my mom to help us out. If you don't have a parent paying for your wedding, don't you worry about it. They have payment plans, and it's not like you pay in one lump sum. You get to pay along the way, and they will give you certain dates and times so you know when it is coming for you to make your payments. So you can save, you can work extra hard, and make your Disney wedding dreams happen. Okay, so let's start here. I'm just looking through here. This is the first time I'm looking at the receipt since we got married. But basically, as far as transportation goes, you can choose Cinderella's carriage, you can choose to go in a limousine, you can choose to go in one of those horse buggy things. I can't remember the name of it, but for instance, if you want a limousine charter for 3 hours, that's gonna cost $346.68. I don't know that, you know, like I said, my wedding was back in 2019. Prices are inflated now. I don't know if these prices change, but this is going back from my wedding in 2019. We had, instead of having a flower girl come down the aisle, we chose the major domo. So major domo, he's the one from Cinderella with the white hair with the hat, and he came down the aisle with a Cinderella glass slipper and our wedding rings, and it was a big surprise. If you get a chance, go on YouTube, search up Major Domo, and he was a really good investment to have him walk our rings down the aisle. I'm sorry, not a flower girl, a ring bearer. If you don't have a ring bearer, you can choose the Major Domo for your option. So he cost around $1,000 to have him walk our rings down the aisle because we didn't have a ring bearer. Cinderella's coach back in 2019 is gonna cost you around $4,000. Cinderella's coach, you get to ride in the big Cinderella's carriage. It takes you to the wedding pavilion, to your wedding location, and then it takes you to your reception area. And I'm gonna do a video that's whole video in itself to explain how it was having Cinderella's coach to ride in. That was extremely fun. If you're gonna do a Disney wedding and you can splurge, that is something I recommend. It's an unforgettable experience. And then you go into florals. The floral wedding package, I won't go into that too much because that's gonna go into your event minimum. So let's say you chose an event minimum of $18,000. You chose a location, let's say Italy and Epcot. So your flowers, your food and beverage is all gonna go under that $18,000 minimum to reach that minimum. Let's see, Disney Wishes Photography. We chose to do the Magic Kingdom photo session. That includes 3 locations in Magic Kingdom. Just to do Magic Kingdom and have Disney Fine Arts Photography, that's around $4,400 to be able to have your picture in front of Cinderella's castle. Just to give you an idea, I have some pictures here. I'm gonna do a video, a whole other video on Disney Fine Art Photography. I have the ring light here, but this is us in front of Cinderella's castle. You take your pictures when there's no one in the park. So you have the park to yourself. You go either before the park opens or after the park closes. We did ours at 6 a.m. Super fun, definitely worth it to have these pictures as memories. Now, like I said, if you're getting married at the Wedding Pavilion, you get an organist and a processional that's included, okay? And hey guys, so the baby was, hold on one second, let me make sure this is recording. Okay, we're recording. I'm using my iPhone, so this is as professional as it gets right now. My son woke up, so I had to feed him, put him back to sleep. Okay, so we left off at, if you book your wedding at the Wedding Pavilion, you get those vestibule areas, amazing. So Major Domo is an extra cost. Cinderella's wedding coach is an extra cost. We went over that. The photography, if you want Disney Fine Art Photography, that's gonna cost you around $4,400. That's for one park. And like I said, I will do another video going into that because that's a whole video in itself. Obviously, if you have your wedding during the week, you're doing a brunch wedding, you can cut costs that way. If you're having it on the weekend, that's a little bit more expensive. Sorry about the ums, I'm just an type of person. DJ wedding package, depending on the DJ that you choose, you can go with a Disney wedding DJ, which is what we did. He's gonna cost you around $2,000. If you wanna search for a DJ that you know in the Orlando area or a DJ that you wanna bring, you can do that. If you wanna have Mickey and Minnie come to your wedding, they help you cut your cake, they dance with you, they take pictures with you and your guests. An amazing experience for Mickey and Minnie. It's gonna cost around $2,000 to have them come. So these are just extra costs that can go towards your spending minimum, that minimum amount that you have to meet to have your wedding at Disney. You can go onto my Instagram page. You can see Mickey and Minnie in action. I believe I posted it on YouTube as well. You can go back and see them dancing with us. You can see the Cinderella carriage footage. All these extras are amazing if you're able to splurge and spend. Disney also allows you to choose certain hotels if you want to have room blockouts for your guests. And depending on how many guests you have booked in a room, you can also get yourself a free room. You can choose the value resorts to have your guests stay at, or you can choose to have your guests at the Grand Floridian. It's all how you want it customized and tailored to your specific budget, to your guest budget, and going from there. So like I said, you can go on the Disney Fairy Tale Wedding site yourself, get these roundabout prices. I tried to give a little breakdown of how much the extras would cost. Like I said, this is back in 2019. We're in 2023 now. I don't know how much the prices went up. I know COVID happened right after our wedding, and people were laid off. It was, it was a sad situation. I know a lot of people were complaining about the quality of Disney Fairy Tale weddings, but from my experience, it was just an amazing, flawless experience. I will also do other videos of the food tasting that's included. They really give you a one-on-one experience. So as far as the food tasting goes and the cake tasting, they set up separate days for that, and you actually go into the kitchen. We went into the kitchen of the Grand Floridian, and we had the chef prepare us different foods so that we can taste the different foods and see what we wanted to go on our menu for the wedding. So included in this price of your wedding, you get the wedding planner. You're gonna get food and beverage. That's Disney food and beverage, which is top notch. It's Disney food and beverage I cannot explain how amazing it is. If you go to Disney, you already know. You go to Disney parks for the food, you go for the experience, and having a Disney wedding, you get all of that. I'm just excited talking about it. So I'll also make a video about that, because that's a video in itself. The cake testing and the cake taste testing and the food testing is an experience in itself. If you book a Disney wedding, you are getting an experience. You're paying for an experience. You're paying for the Disney magic. Every wedding's magical. If you can't do a Disney wedding and you have to do one at home, that's fine. Any wedding is magical, but specifically this video and my content is going to be about our Disney wedding. So if I missed anything, I'm sure I'll try to edit somehow. Like I said, I'm a new YouTuber, so I'm using my iPhone here with a little ring light from Amazon, a little cheap one. And let me see, I think I got everything covered. If I forgot anything, I'm sure I'll try to edit it. Once again, if you are going through the wedding process, if you are engaged, congratulations. If you're not engaged and you have a significant other that you're just dreaming of, dream big. You can make your dreams come true. If you want a Disney wedding, go for it. Don't sell yourself short. Go with your dreams, always. If you guys are engaged and you go to Disney, make sure you get your happily ever after pin. If your boyfriend and girlfriend or whoever your partner is, you can get a happily ever after pin. And yeah, so you can also, back in 2019, you were able to go to the Grand Floridian, go to the Wedding Pavilion, get a tour of the Wedding Pavilion. I don't know how they have the tours set up now, but back then you were able just to walk in, see how it looks, take a couple of pictures, and decide if it was for you. But once again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my channel. I'm gonna be posting so many videos down to the specifics of what you get if you are choosing a Disney wedding. I also have a tip on, I don't know if I want to give it, I have to look into if I'm able to give this. I had a family member do a very, how do I put this, cost-effective way to at least say that you had a Disney wedding. But I'll look into it if I can mention that. I don't want to get in trouble for that. But yeah, thanks for watching it, guys. Click subscribe, like, comment, all of that. If you liked this video, if it was helpful towards you, once again, congratulations. If you are thinking about a Disney wedding, dream big and stay magical, guys.